What's going on, people? Kagey here with another match review. Not good. This is even worse than the West Ham one. Much worse than the West Ham one. We're talking Manchester United 6, Leeds United 2. And I've calmed down a lot since the game finished. So this is going to be a bit more coherent than if I put this on and started recording however long ago it was. Because, well, you know, before the game started, I was nervous because these are the games that we was looking forward to. I was looking forward to. You know, this is one of those games where there's bragging rights involved. There's, you know, just pride involved. And you could see in general, Leeds fans were up for it. You know, we're like, let's see what we can do against this team. Both teams defensively aren't the greatest. Let's see what we can do. And it was never about being better than Man United in terms of quality, because, you know, I did a combined 11 with Saeed on United Central. And I think I got in 3 Leeds United players in that whole thing. They've got better individuals than us. But sometimes the will to win, that extra bit of effort is there to win. And it wasn't there. 2-0 down within 4 minutes to Scott McTominay double strike. What? How does that even happen? And I tell you, I don't remember a lot of details from the first half, except for that we were down 4-0, because I'm good at blanking stuff out, and I've blanked it out. My head was spinning. My head was in an actual spin. I couldn't believe it. Look, still messages coming through from. I'm not answering no messages today. I don't want to hear nothing. You know, I'm already seeing terrible takes being said, as they always are after every single time we lose. And I'll speak about that in a bit. But 2-0 down within 4 minutes, it just took the air out of me. I couldn't even sit down. I was actually standing up like, am I dreaming? Is this a nightmare? What is this? What's going on here? I think I sent out to it. I didn't recognize the players today. The pressing wasn't there. There was so many gaps, and I'm not even talking about just in defence. I'm talking about in midfield too. What was going on the way we were playing? Bruno Fernandes had the ball at will. No one was really closing him down. What? You know, it was just unacceptable today. I mean, unacceptable is a kind word. There's so much stronger words I want to use. But I won't allow myself to go down that road. I won't do it. But there were so many unacceptable performances today. And once again, and I'll say it again, because he always stands out, you know, above what we've got. Rafinha was tremendous in what he could do today. You know, he never stopped today. I mean, in all fairness, the second half was a lot better, but it's too late by then. It's way too late. But Rafinha was on it today. He looked dangerous again. Our most creative player, and you can, and again, I said it in the last video, and I'll say it again. You can see when he's on the ball, there's just a whole different level to him compared to some of our other players. But this was my worry when we came up. I knew we would have enough to beat other teams. Like, our next 2 games are Burnley and West Brom, and we'll be judged more on those games than the game that we've just had against Manchester United. We will. But when it comes up to these games, and if you're looking to go up to that next level in terms of pushing for a European place, which we're not doing this season, but when you are, you're going to need better players, and especially you're going to definitely need better defenders. I know Robin Koch is out. I think Llorente, I read was somewhere, is back training. We need him back straight away. Luke Ayling needs to go back to right back. Dallas needs to go back to left back, because a couple of these players just aren't good enough. Game after game, some of them just aren't good enough, and the criticism rod will hit them from me. I don't have any allegiances with the club in terms of I'm on the inside or trying to be on the inside with them. So I don't care what I say about some of these players, but some of them just aren't good enough to be starters here, and it showed. It showed today. Today was a prime example that some of them just aren't going to be up to it over a full season in the Premier League. This is the Premier League. So we need our our defenders back, like Llorente, like Robin Koch, and I hope he recovers as soon as possible because we miss him. We definitely miss him. Bamford had a couple of chances. On another day, he puts those in, and I'm not going to go into Bamford because again, he's built up credit for me. I think overall he's been terrific for us in the Premier League. So I'm not going to get into him. If he could have put that one away, I think it was at 2-0, if I'm not mistaken. But again, I'm telling you, I'm talking from a cloudy memory right now. Kind of like it's gone to the back of my head, just like being blocked off. But if he put that one away, I know it was on his right foot, but who knows what happens then. But it just got worse, man. I mean, it was just demoralising watching it. And there's, I know whether it's a defence mechanism by some Leeds fans that they were just started laughing about it or making jokes. I didn't find anything about today funny. Not one bit of it funny today. You know what I mean? It just wasn't acceptable today. Calvin Phillips and Click got taken off at half time. You could have taken off anybody. There were so many poor to average performers today that it wouldn't have mattered who you took off. I know some people think that it was to do with the 4 yellow cards, but I think Bielsa has even said that it was tactical. It was tactical. It wasn't their best games. You know, it just, you know, you've got now, as I think I mentioned it in the comics, I think I forgot to mention it in the last video, just this piece is about Bielsa. There's nothing wrong with Bielsa. Bielsa's not at fault for today. This was on the players today because they got overawed by the occasion. In my opinion, the first 4 minutes they got overawed by the occasion. They looked around. It's Manchester United. They know that the fans are expectant, and they froze. They froze in the first 5 minutes, in my opinion. Other Leeds fans watching this, let me know what you think happened in the first 5 minutes. I believe they froze up. Because we were still knocking the ball around later in the first half, much more in the second half. But for the first, how we making McTominay score 2 goals like that? What? Oh man. But yeah, going back to Bielsa, nothing wrong with his method, nothing wrong with his style of play. I've said on here before, we're going to win games handsomely, we're going to lose games, you know, we're going to get beat heavily in some games too, but it was just the manner of today. The manner was just, it was so disappointing, and without MUNLEE in goal, God knows what the score could have been, because Man United, in all honesty, could have got more than 6. And then I'm seeing on social media, and I'm going to try my best not to talk about other people's social media and stuff, but I'm not going to say him by name, but someone asked about Kiko, bringing Kiko back. Are you mad? Jonathan Lecco, racism aside, Kiko's a train wreck. If Kiko's in goal today, it's probably in double digits. People like me, people with morals, don't want to see Kiko play for this club again, and that's the one thing. One criticism of Bielsa I've got is that he hasn't carted Kiko out. I want to see Kiko gone in January. I want to see him gone in the summer. Every time he plays, it's just like, oh man. Because you know what I'm gonna say. You know what other sensible Leeds fans are gonna say, and you know what the media are gonna say. Oh, Kiko, who's playing that, who got banned for 8 games for racially abusing Jonathan Lecco. It's gonna keep on coming up. So no, Kiko shouldn't be in. And if you believe that, feel free to just unsubscribe. Feel free to block me on social media, because we have got nothing to talk about in that case. If you really want Kiko Casilla back in the Leeds United team. MUNLEE is a young guy. He's 20 years old, and look what he's doing so far. He's only going to get better as the time goes on. This isn't on MUNLEE as such. This is on the whole team. So it's so deflating. I think I was going to talk about Bielsa again. Look, I'm all over the place. This has just absolutely frazzled me, man. I'm so disappointed today. But in the same instance with Bielsa, people loving the way we played against Newcastle, beating them 5-2. Same people are probably coming out now today. Oh, should Bielsa adopt his style? For what? What are we changing our style for? What we need to do for this season, this is going to be good enough with the players that we currently have. When we've consolidated this season, and then you can move on a couple of these players or reduce their roles, and then we get the next caliber of player in, especially in defence, it will work even better. I mean, I said about Mopé a couple weeks ago when he missed a penalty against Liverpool, and how he was mysteriously injured soon after that. And I said, I don't think if he scores that goal, he goes off injured in the next 2 minutes. And I got to wonder, maybe Liam Cooper's really hurt. Who knows? I don't know. But the going got tough, and you know, I'm really having a hard time remembering if he's done this before, but I'm sure this has happened before. Maybe it's with someone else. But regardless, I have to mention it because I've mentioned it with other players. And when the going gets tough and all of a sudden you're having to get subbed off, and we've got Leif Davis coming out. I think it was Davis. Listen, you know what? I don't know. And a defence mechanism for a lot of Leeds fans is to laugh about it and everything else like that. But I don't find any of this funny today. I don't find the result funny. I don't find how we started funny. The team, it wasn't for a lack of fight. They froze up, man. They weren't, for whatever reason, they got overawed and they weren't ready. Because as I said, I did not recognise the way the team was playing in the first half. Sloppy passing. Even Jack Harrison's magnificent first touch escapes him a few times today. You know? Ah, man. So yeah, that's it now until Burnley at home. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't even know. Written in the stars that Daniel James was going to score today. Pretty obvious. We don't need to say any more about that. And it's something I mentioned on the West Ham preview that I did on West Ham TV. When teams want to get a player into a game, we're a perfect team to play against because of how open and forward thinking that we play. We leave gaps, and it suited somebody like Daniel James to a T. And it was no surprise when he scored. No surprise at all. Yeah. If there's anything else, I just can't think of it right now. And I'm not watching this back to add anything else in the comments. Let me know how you guys feel. If you're Leeds fans, let me know how you feel. I'm sure I've got Man United fans that are going to be watching this. You know, let me know how you thought the game went in terms of our effort in the first half, especially because, as I say, I didn't recognise that team. I'm sure they'll be back against Burnley and West Brom, but I didn't recognise them in the first half. So yeah, comment, like, subscribe. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else. Man United 6, Leeds 2. Peace.